And hello, welcome to solo playthroughs. We are gonna go back to Mage Knight and play. Greg's going to fix his mistakes from his previous playthrough of Volkare's Return, and we'll see. So it never ceases to amaze me how this game just always has a way of saying, "Oh, you thought you knew all the rules, but actually, there's one more that you forgot." So I haven't done a lot of Volkare's Quest. Or Volkare's Return. I'm playing Volkare's Return, so a lot of Volkare's Return or Volkare's Quest for that matter, in playing with the race level. Because again, there are two charts. I mean, on the one side, the combat level, that's what affects the level of Volkare's Legion, or the city levels as well. So you can go daring, heroic, legendary. And then there is the race level, and that goes fair, tight, thrilling. Now, in the race level, there's the indecisive units in Volkare's Return. Volkare's Quest calls them something else. Silly. They're still indecisive units. But the indecisive units in the Quest, they just go away. The indecisive units in Volkare's Return, they actually join in with Volkare's army. So getting this right is kind of important. And I always just thought, solo game, one indecisive unit, you roll every time you pull a wound from Volkare's deck, and that's fine. No. It actually goes, there's more indecisive units. The smaller you make Volkare's deck, which seems counterintuitive to me, that's an insane rule. When I played on the tight level in my last playthrough of Volkare's Return, I should have had 2 indecisive units the entire game. I only played with 1. We're going to pretend I had a magical run of rolls, because I don't think I added a single keep garrison to Volkare's Legion, because again, you roll a wound when you roll a mana dice when you take a wound from Volkare's deck, and if that die matches the color of a mana that's on the unit, then that unit is like indecisive. It's a turncoat. It leaves you. It goes to join Volkare. How could you? And you always just put a keep unit, because it just makes things a little bit easier that way. Because for once, the designer of this game was like, I'm gonna make this a little bit easier. Whatever. Except for the fact they didn't make it that much easier, because now you had to remember that when you were decreasing the amount of cards of Volkare's deck, effectively making it harder, you're actually making it twice as hard, or maybe not exactly twice, but you're making it even harder than harder by adding some indecisive units. So what I'm going to do today is going to do daring, thrilling, because daring is the lowest combat level I'm going to set it on, so Volkare's Legion will not start all that awful, but I'm assuming because of the indecisive unit situation, there will be 3 indecisive units. We will be adding a ton of keep units to Volkare's army. This is going to make for a very dynamic game. I'm excited. Let's get to it. So look, I'm going to need to set the terrain deck. The terrain deck's going to have 7 countryside tiles. So I know there's a little bit of a shadow coming from behind me. That should go away as the game starts up. I have the little LED light to help so everyone can see the cards in my hand a little bit better. Alright, so we're going to get these 7 countryside tiles. I'm going to shuffle up the 14 countryside tiles we have, and we shall put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Cool. I need 1 core non-city tile. There are 6 of them. I'll roll a die, because some of these are pretty radically different than some of the other ones. Get a d6. I rolled a 3. That goes out, and then I need 1 core city tile, which is always on the bottom of the deck. Now remember, you're not shuffling in Volkare's Camp, because the game starts with Volkare's Camp in play. So that is a 1. And so city tile on the bottom, the core non-city tile on top of that, and then the 7 countryside tiles on top of that. Cool. I'm going to shuffle up the elite units. I have them sleeved in green, as always. And then we'll shuffle up the regular units. I'm going to have, there will be 4 dice in the source, because again, it's number of actual players plus 3, because it's number of actual players plus 2, really. Volkare now counts as an actual player, so as opposed to in a solo conquest where it's, again, just you and the dummy player. The dummy player does not count for that total, but They decided to give you a little bit more flexibility here. We're going to have 4 units in the offer, unlike the 3 in Solo Conquest as well. We get Utum Guardsmen, we get some peasants, we get some thugs, we get some foresters. 3 of them are going to be indecisive. Let's just go there right off the bat. Need to get the manas. Mana. Alright, so I'm going to roll a die to see what they will be, and they have to be all different colors. So the Utum Guardsmen are going to be green, and again, that's just going to be that slot. So this top slot will always be green. I'm going to roll again. The second slot will be white, and I'm going to roll again. And the third slot can't be white. The third slot will be red. Cool. I'm going to keep a mana die over here for Volkare. And that's fine. We're going to take the artifact deck, shuffle that. And my Volkare's Return little cheat sheet up at the top of the screen. Bam. Have all the enemy tokens, the advanced action offer, and then we just need to shuffle up the spell offer, and then we will be closer. We will be far from good to go, but we will be closer. So I'm going to put the advanced action offer, Blood Rage, love that card, Crushing Bolt, fan of that, and in need. Rock on. I'm going to try to push this up a little bit higher. I know it looks a little bit washed out. As we get more on the board, the lighting should adjust, but I'll make sure we're good to go before we get into gameplay. For some reason, when there's a lot of blue like this, it tends to look a little white, washed out. So, all right, so Whirlwind, Chill, and Demolish. Okay, that could be good. Remember, I do have the 4 competitive spells. They're going to be added to Volkare's deck. But first and foremost, I need to figure out who I'm going to be, and I'm going to open this up to all 7 of the heroes. To the right of me, I have Krang, Norawas, Arethia, Wolfhawk, Tovak, Bravelar, and Goldix. So in that order, I rolled an 8. It's only 7 heroes. Come on, 1. Get some Krang. I feel like I've been Krang a lot on this channel, but I guess the 2-player thing I did with my friend Steve, with having to break that out into 2 videos, seems to make it feel like a lot more than it's really been. But Krang's cool. Krang's cool. He should be really good in this challenge. So we'll see what we got. All right, so shuffle up his deed deck here. Bam, bam. We're going to put this over. Well, let's make some room for the advanced actions. And we'll put this here. I'm going to need Krang stuff. Here he is, Man of the Hour. And we have our command tokens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Put that over here. We have our skills. I'm going to leave the competitive one in the box. And then we need 2 shields. We get the turn order token as well. 2 shields. We'll put 1 on the 0 on the reputation track, and then 1 on the 0 on the fame track. And I'm going to move this terrain off the screen. Cool. All right, Volkare, his army is going to be, again, a level 5 at the daring level. So level 5 is going to be 1 city garrison, 1 Draconum, and 2 orcs. I mean, it's an interesting garrison considering we're about to add, I don't know, 3 dozen keeps. So I won't know what these are, and obviously the Draconum are pretty varied as always, so that will make a big difference. That 1 Draconum will make a big difference in how this plays. So Orc and Orc. So again, this is a level 5 Volkare. Oops, sorry about that. The cities, if we actually end up sieging a city, would be level 4. I'm sorry, we have to siege a city. This is Volkare's Return, after all, not Volkare's Quest. So we will when we siege the city, it will be at a level 4 level. Cool. I'm going to put these on Volkare's token with that. And then we're going to need to get him a D deck. I'm just going to grab Norawas's because why not? And at the thrilling level, we're only going to be adding 12 wounds, which is nuts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus the 4 competitive skills or spells, and then plus 12 wounds, and we'll have a deck for Volkare of 32. So the chance of him getting to Frenzy is pretty crazy. I guess the fact that he only has 12 wounds, you're only well, the most keep units you could add to him is only going to be 12. So I guess that makes me feel a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Cool. I'm going to intersperse these. I don't think I've ever played on the thrilling tempo. Actually, I'm going to double down on that. Yeah, I've never played on the thrilling tempo. And I definitely have never played with 3 indecisive units. So this is going to be crazy. I think there was a long time ago that I actually played with 2 indecisive units like I was supposed to. But it had been so long. I was again, like, the comments were so, the number of things, like little things that I've learned in my videos through the comments, and sometimes occasionally big things, usually very little, but I so appreciate it. It really helps me and the quality that I can bring to make sure that I'm getting all the rules right, because that is really important to me. So let's see how this goes. So Volkare's deck is ready. His army is ready. We're good to go, and we'll just do that. Right, you take that off. We're good. Now we just need to set the initial terrain. Initial terrain, we're going to have the top 2 from the terrain deck. We have countryside tile number 1. We have countryside tile number 8. Volkare's, where is his ugliness? Where are you, ugly? I still had him in the box. Here he is in his ridiculous, carrying his ridiculous flag, his banner, and his ridiculous flaming orange sword. We have a marauding orc over here. It is a digger. We have a marauding, rampaging orc here. It is an ironclad. We have another orc down here, and that is going to be a prowler. All right. I like the ironclad the most, simply for the 4 fame. It's really nice to get 4 fame for the first thing you kill. Get that level up really quick and really get that engine moving a little bit quicker. The only other thing I need on the board is, well, I guess there's a ruins too. So we'll put a Draconum in play over here. That's a nice little storm dragon, I think that is called. And then we have our ruins, which will be face up because it is the day. So I really have 2 options here. I mean, I could, in a sense, just make a run for it, but I've really found lately in my plays of Volkare's Quest, I try to switch with him and head this way while he's heading more that way. I just find that it's really helped with my win rate in Volkare's Quest, but sometimes you can't always go the direction that you're thinking about going. And again, if he ends up stumbling into me, then I have to basically take some wounds, because there's no way I'm going to be ready to combat him in the first round. All right, that is that. Let me draw my opening hand. We have Rage, we have Stamina, we have Swiftness, we have March, we have Tranquility. I am going to take Great Start. And I get 2 more cards. I get Crystallize and Rage. And then we'll roll for Volkare. Volkare is taking number 3. Volkare is first, and I'm going to need his token to indicate that. So that only just indicates that he is first. Number 3 will stay in here, and I will have access to it next round. Bam. Bye-bye. Great start. All right, Volkare is going to go first because he's number 3, and we get a blue. We look at our chart. Blue, he's just going to move straight ahead. He stomps on top of his dragon's face, and that's fine. We're good to go. I'm going to now, killing those ironclads would be risky. I have no influence, otherwise it might make sense to go to this village. It'll give me some pillage opportunities, and then I could even maybe recruit a few things and really reduce the risk of Volkare, you know, getting some more of his keep units. I don't know. I guess the question is, do I just go here, play Tranquility, and then see if they move there next turn? If he gets the red spell, he would fight me if I'm there on the hills with the green mine. But I think that's a risk worth taking. So I'm going to play March for move 2. Yeah, we'll go... Oh, it was a blue die. It was a blue. So since it was a blue, we do have to roll the die from the source. Sorry about that. So now that's black. Awesome. Thanks, Volky. Jerk. So now I'm going to march. I'm going to use the gold, because if I don't use the gold, if he pulls off a red or something, then he would actually use the gold up anyway. So I'm going to move. That's 4. I'm going to play Crystallize Sideways for move 5. I'm going to end there. And then I will, yeah, that's fine. I'll end there, and then I will get a green crystal. I'm going to re-roll this. It is white. I don't draw any cards. Volkare's turn. It's a wound. He's going to roll his mana die. It is white. Peasants are gone. Indecisive unit added. So what happens? We take a random keep token, and we're going to add that to Volkare's Legion. And his Legion is growing, which is so awesome. Cool. Bye-bye. That's one of 12 possible is out. So the peasants, or we'll just put them on the bottom of the unit offer. Great. My turn. I'm going to play Tranquility. I'm going to use this to draw 2. 1 and 2. Savage Harvesting is interesting. Oh, there's a recruitment opportunity for me. Cool. So I'm going to play Savage Harvesting. Each time you move a space this turn, you may discard a card to gain a crystal of the same color. If you gain a discard an artifact, well, sorry, once this turn when you move a space, you may discard a card. So if I power the green, then I do the bottom. But I'm only going to move 2 spaces. So once this turn when you move a space, you may discard a card to gain a crystal of the same color. That's great. I'm going to play Savage Harvesting for move 2. I'm going to play Stamina for move 2. That's fine. I'm going to... So I have Ruthless Coercion, which gives me some options. I might try to get both of those. If I get the Thugs and the Utum Guardsmen, that'd be really nice. So I have move 4. I'm going to move here with 2 of that 4. I'm going to discard Rage, so I get a red crystal, and then I'm going to use my last 2 movement points to go there, and then while there I'm going to play Ruthless Coercion. I get influence 2. I get a discount of 2 towards the cost of recruiting 1 unit. I'm going to play Swiftness Sideways, and that's going to give me influence 3. And so I can get either of these units for, this is better. I'm going to get the Utum Guardsmen for 5. But again, discount of 3 because of, discount of 2 because of Ruthless Coercion. So it only costs me 3. But because I use Ruthless Coercion at the end of my turn, I lose a reputation. Cool. I'm going to clean up my play area. I rolled a red. And then I'm going to pillage the village, which gets me down to -1, which will make it easier for me to get the Thugs if they are still available. And now I'm drawing it to my hand limit, which is 5, plus the 2 because of the pillaging of the village. That was going to give me 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, I can't. I only have 1 command token. What am I doing? I only have 1 command token. I'll keep the guardsmen. They just have a lot more flexibility. I don't need to worry about influence for them to take a wound. Yeah, that's fine. I'm playing in my head. I'm still playing the relic scenario where I started with 2 command tokens. Anyway, Volkare goes. It is one of his other 11 wounds. We're going to roll a die. If it's red, he gets another one. It is white, so that's fine. My turn. I'm going to... What am I going to do? I have a red over there. So I'm going to play improvisation. I'm going to power at the red from the source. I'm going to discard promise. And now I'm going to have move 5. Which is great. I'm going to also... Yeah, I don't really want to use that green crystal if I can help it. The white is not helpful. All right, we're going to use the move 5 to explore twice. So I'm going to put a countryside tile here. It is countryside tile number 1. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, this first one was 2. I thought it was 1. Oh, so then we have a orc right in our face. There's another village, another magical glade. This orc is an orc war beast. That might... Oh. I have the Utham Guardsman. Yeah, that's not a deal. Great. I have 2 more points of movement. So I'm going to explore, because again, I actually have 3 more points of movement. So I'm going to put this in play. It's tile number 7. That is the first monastery to go on the board. So that is an advanced action. We have Crystal Mastery in the unit offer. I like killing the war beast too, because that will allow me to level up. So that actually works out fairly well. We have a dungeon. We have another orc. All right, this orc is the skirmishers. And do I want to move, or do I stay there just to pillage? It's not even worth pillaging. All right, I'm just going to move with, I'm going to add 1 more point of movement with determination, and I'm going to move 2. That's going to provoke an attack from the orc war beast. I'm going to use the Utham Guardsman to block them. And then I have, I'm going to play Mana Draw. I can use another die from the source. I'm going to get a white to power Swiftness, and then I'll play Rage, and that's attack 5. I have killed the Orc Warbeast. So I get 3 fame, and then I'm going to level up at the end of my turn. Let me clean up my play area. They both roll because I use the base effect of Mana Draw. Done. My level up. I'm going to look at my 2 skills. Oh, I need to get Norwat's skills too. Oh, I should have. That's why I should have rolled. Let me see who the whose skills I'm going to have over there. It would be Norwat's anyway. Norwat's was next in line. It was meant to be, guys. I am clairvoyant. So, cool. So we have. I think these are just the 10 competitive. I'm 10 cooperative. Yeah. Then we don't have the competitive skills in the box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got Norwat's skills over here now. So with my level up, I'm looking at 2 of my skills. We have ourselves and Norwas and that. We have ourselves. The first one off is Mana Enhancement. Once a round, I can spend the mana of any color, put the skill in the middle, gain a crystal of that color. And then until the start of the next round, any player can choose to return a skill token to you in order to use a mana token. So basically 2 turns in a row, I want to get a crystal, and then the next turn I could use that mana. It's interesting, probably not the one I'm going to want to take. Let's see what this one is. It is, oh yeah, this is Shamanic Ritual, which is just bananas. So I'm a big fan of that skill now that I know how to use it. And then we're going to add 1 to the skill offer from Norwas. That is his skill of Whisper in the Treetops. And then we're going to take an advanced action. I will take... Blood Rage can be really... It's just too good. Getting it to attack 9 with just a red crystal is so sick. I mean, the wound is there, but we all know how unscared of wounds I am. So that's fine, and we replenish that. Cool, I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Oh wait, I only have 3. That's cool. Yeah, now we're gonna go to Volkare's 4th turn. And it is another wound. So he's got 3 of his 12 wounds out. We're gonna roll this die. Is it a red? It is not. Cool. My turn. I could just try to explore. I mean, the map ends like up here. I don't think it makes sense for me to keep going in that direction, but it might. It might. I mean, if I try to do something crazy, the problem is if I got you, if I get if I go to try to burn down, not if I go to burn down the monastery, and it's a something with paralyze, I'm totally screwed. And if I go to attack in the dungeon and it's something with paralyze, I'm totally screwed. But I kind of like both ideas at this point because I can get up to an attack 11, which is just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, that's not going to go terribly for me. The bad thing about going here is that I can't assign a wound to my guardsman if I need to. So maybe burning that monastery makes a little bit more sense. Sure, why not? So I'm going to go move to enter the monastery. Let's burn the sucker down. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Get ourselves an artifact. So we're going to take a random Mage Tower garrison. I'm expecting to take wounds. Once a turn, Shamanic Ritual. Yeah, I could use that at any time. Bam. So we have ourselves. So I'm going to be getting a Mage Tower garrison and a monster. So that's awesome. So we have ourselves a illusionist. The illusionist is going to summon a monster for the attack. Clearly, we're not winning in the siege or range attack phase. So the attack against us is going to be from. Oh, that's fine. It's a Manticore. So the Manticore is attacking us with 4. And it has assassin, so I have to take the wound, and it has poison. So it's 2 wounds to my hand, 2 wounds to my deck because of the poison, because my armor level is only a 2 still. There's no way I was blocking that. If the Utham Guardsman wasn't used yet, I would have had that block 4, which would have been really nice, but just wasn't meant to be. Cool, so I take these wounds. I'm going to play concentration. So I get the stronger effect. +2. I'm going to power with the green from the source. So that gives me attack 6. I don't even need to take the wound to get to attack 9 because attack 6. So this again, the Manticore goes away. It's only there for the attack phase with the summoner. The shaman is physically resistant, and I also could get a green from there too if I wanted to. But the shaman's physically resistant, so I only need 6 physical attack because it has an armor of 3. So I'm going to, again, concentration. I play Blood Rage, I get the stronger effect, +2, so it's attack 6. Now I could make this attack 11 if I wanted to take a wound, but I don't need to. So Shaman is dead. I get 4 fame. I'm going to roll that. It's green. I'm going to, these just wounds in my hand. I'm going to show that this is burned down, so I do not put any more advanced actions out next turn. And then I'm going to, at the end of my turn, gain my reward, which is an artifact. Please be worth it. The Amulet of Darkness or the Banner of Glory. I really kind of like the Amulet of Darkness. I don't have any spells yet, but the Amulet of Darkness can be really, really helpful. So get a mana token of any color, play during the day, does just have the move cost of 3. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take the Amulet of Darkness. That will go on my deck. Banner of Glory goes here. Banner of Glory is interesting because you can get +1 armor, but it's not like it adds resistances or anything. I don't think it's all that strong. And now I'm there on top of the burned monastery thinking about what I've done. Great. Volkare will have 1 more turn because I had a turn. It is another wound. I'm rolling. It is not red. Cool. So he's already gone through 1/3 of the wounds in his deck. So we're definitely looking like Frenzy is a possibility here. I declare end of round. Let me reset all of this. So mana is not going to be an issue. I should be able to get the colors I want between Shamanic Ritual and now the Amulet of Darkness. I already have 2 crystals in my inventory. I would like Volkare to start moving here, but he seems to be pretty content in what he's doing. And that will go there. We'll move all of those off. Crystal Mastery goes away. We don't have to add anything to Volkare's deck, which is one of the nice things about these scenarios, and we're not replenishing the unit offer because we burned down the monastery. So we're just adding this. It is steady tempo. Become a huge fan of that card. And Whirlwind goes away, and we get Snowstorm. Like that card as well. Would be nice if I could find a Mage Tower for sure. So we're going to put out 4 new units. We have Magic Familiars. We have the Utem Guardsmen. We have the Utem Crossbowmen, and we have the Magic Familiars. Now, one thing I messed up in the last scenario, one of the games where I played where the Magic Familiars were in play. I recruited them in a magical glade, but I used a reputation track. Recruitment isn't possible in a magical glade. Interaction isn't possible in a magical glade. So the reputation track only counts when it's interaction. So you're basically summoning by spending influence in the magical glade. You're not recruiting, or you're not interacting. So since you're not interacting, you don't actually worry about your reputation track. So I actually got the Magic Familiars for 1 less than I should have in that playthrough. Again, speaking of rules that are very, very, very niche and edge cases, and I was really glad someone pointed that out to me, so I can get that right next time. But yeah, there's a lot going on with the Magic Familiars, and the rule book's kind of weird because it says you can only get them by interacting, but then it says you can recruit them in a magical glade where interaction is not possible. So it's like, but ultimately, mechanically, what that means is you can get them in the magical glade. As technically not interacting, you have to spend 6 influence, and you could, even if your reputation was X, you would have the ability to get the Magic Familiars in a magical glade by spending 6 influence. So it's pretty interesting. I'm going to grab, well, I think it's interesting. I hope you think it's interesting, because I just yammered about it for a while. There are 5, I drew 5 cards. My hand limit is still 5. I'm only sitting on 9 fame, which is one of the reasons I wanted to burn down that monastery. Let me roll this. We get a red, a gold, a green, and a black. That is 50% basics. That is totally legal. I don't have any wounds on my hand. What do I want to do? I don't want to do preparation or sparing power, I don't think. I went to that first round pretty quick, which kind of makes me happy. Let me take Long Night. More likely to be able to use it this turn than in the future anyway. And hopefully that means I go first. We're going to roll for Volkare. Don't roll a 1. He rolls a 5. So we are first. Long Night is in play for this round. Great. Real great. I guess that's fine. So I'm going to play Savage Harvesting. I'm going to power with the green from the source. All right, so each time I move this turn, I can discard a card to gain a crystal of that color. I'm going to, I guess I'm going this way now. I mean, there's another road down here, technically. Maybe I actually end up doing that dungeon to get another artifact. You know, the nice thing about playing on the thrilling level, I mean, playing on the daring level, the city's going to be like nothing. So I should be able to wipe that out fairly easily. So I guess I'm not as worried about getting there super quick like I normally am. So Savage Harvesting, it's move 4. I'm going to move 2 of those, discard the Promise card, get a white crystal. I'm going to move 2 more, discard a blue card, get a blue crystal. So I have 1 crystal of each color. And then I'll play move 2. Maybe it makes sense to hold on to Swiftness just for a second here. And it might help if I actually end up going into that dungeon, which I probably will next turn. So I'm going to roll this. So I was first. So that's now red. These cards go on my discard pile, and I draw up to my hand limit, which is 5. So I have another Swiftness and a wound. Yes, I mean, in theory, I have range attack 6, which is fairly strong. All right, Volkare's first turn of the first night. It is a green, so he's going to move. He's going to move down, so he's moving down here. And then there is no green in the source, otherwise he would roll it. And yeah, we only roll to see the indecisive units when he pulls a wound. My turn. Let me enter the dungeon. So I'm going to enter the dungeon. Again, my unit won't follow me because he's a wuss. We are going to pull a monster token. It is Medusa. Medusa has, again, there she's not fortified because she's in a dungeon. Night rules apply though. But I'm going to play... I'm going to use the Shamanic Ritual to get me a white. I'm going to use that white to power mana draw. I'm going to take the gold from the source. Again, it's not, even though night rules apply, I can still take the gold and turn it into white per the terms of mana draw. I get 2 white mana, and I'm going to power both of my swiftnesses, which is exactly why I kept the one, just in case I got the other. And now I have range attack 6. I destroy Medusa. Bye. And that's really, it's good I had both of them because I wasn't going to be able to do that block 6 and she would have paralyzed me, and that would have been really bad. So I'm going to get 5 fame. That gets me from 7 to 12. Level up. I'll take that command token now before I forget. I'm going to clean up my play area. Then I'm going to get my reward. So actually I don't re-roll that. So that stays white. And my reward is I'm going to roll a mana die. Where are you, mana die? So I'm going to take an extra one over here. I roll. If it's basic, I get an artifact. If it is black or white, black or gold, I get a spell. I actually get a spell. I don't hate that because there's a snowstorm brewing. And that is fine. Cool. Now I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. So I have 2 wounds in my hand. So I do want to try to get to that magical glade. But that might be hard because that is move 5 at night. Yeah. Alright, so I need to mark this with a shield. And now we go to Volkare's turn. It's another green, so he's now going down into the depths. There are 3 countryside tiles left. So I have none of my movement cards. I have a ton of attack. I can move to... I probably should just rest, to be honest. Yeah, let me rest. I have other wounds. I think it makes more sense. There's still no green in the source, by the way, so I don't have to roll, even though Volkare pulled the green. So I rested, I get a rage, I get a concentration, and I get determination. I'm still not pulling any movement cards. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, that's not great. So I rested, so I again, if I just moved as an action, I could flip this back, but I actually rested, so that's not going to work. Volkare pulls a white. He is now going to move up, so he's reversing course. He's very confused where he's going. He does roll that. It's a black. My turn. Now I do have long night, so I might as well try to make use of it in this mess of a turn. So I'm going to play Determination and Rage sideways to get move 2. Let me put this out. So I'm exploring. Alright, so we have a mage tower, we have another orc, we have a deep mine, we have a magical glade in a swamp, and the orc is going to be a tracker, and the mage tower is going to be face down. Gonna drop the Amulet of Darkness because I just... Oh, so yeah, so as my action for the turn, I'm actually going to flip this back, and then I'm going to drop Amulet of Darkness because it's not going to be that useful for me this turn. And then I'm going to draw up to 5. There we go. That will be a lot more helpful. Good. So, Volkare's turn. He gets a white. He's going to move this way again, so he's super confused. There are no white in the source now. My turn. I'm going to do Shamanic Ritual to get myself a green. I'm going to use green. I'm going to power. I'm going to play, improvisation. That's going to give me move 5 plus 2. I have to discard a card with it. That's fine. I will discard March, and now I have a total of move 7. So concentration gives me the stronger effect of improvisation plus 2, but the terms of improvisation still apply, so I still have to discard a card. So now I have move 7. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with my last 2 points of movement, I'm going to explore. And we get ourselves another orc, a mage tower, and some other stuff. And a village and whatever. So the mage tower is face down. The orc is face up. adjacent to those skirmishers. Do I really want to mess with them? Probably. That is a Orc Summoner, who could be pretty nasty. As my action for the turn, I will not combat. So I'm going to flip this back up. I'm going to throw away a wound from my hand because I ended on a magic blade. I start next turn with the black mana, and then I'm going to draw up to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cool. What do we got now? Oh, I could take on both of those suckers, which isn't the worst idea I've ever had, especially with a with Snowstorm. I kind of like it. Great. Volkare's turn. He is going to, so he gets his first spell. He's going to move green twice. So he's going to move 1, 2. There's no green in the source, so he doesn't roll that. My turn. I'm going to, he is literally, yeah, he's had 5 turns this round and has not pulled any wounds. Jack's fine. My turn, I'm going to move 2. That provokes an attack. I'm going to join in this guy, so they're both attacking me. And then I'm going to lump them together. I'm going to play trying to think if it makes sense just to play Snowstorm. I might as well use the Utum Guardsman. Well, I have all the mana. That's fine. Yeah, let me play. So neither of them are fortified, right? So I'm going to play range attack, block. No, I'm not going to overthink it. So I have the black for the start of my turn on the Magical Blade. I'm going to play Shamanic Ritual, use Shamanic Ritual again. I'm going to get a black and a blue. I'm going to take a wound for that. That is Siege, Ice Attack, 8, and that defeats both of these guys. So I get 2 Reputation because I defeated 2 Marauding Orcs. And then I'm going to get 6 Fame, which gets me from 12 up to 18. I played so much Blades, I'm like, oh, I get another one because I jumped a level. No, I don't. I don't. All right, after the combat, I'm going to use this green to play Tranquility to heal 2, and then I'm going to use a red from the source I haven't used from the die from the source yet, and I'm going to get myself a red crystal into my inventory. All right, I'm going to re-roll this. That goes there. There. Now I need to do my level up. My level up, I take another skill. Oh, and remember the Lost Legion rules, we do add as far as I'm concerned, we add another skill there when I did that level. And now, so I have Norwas's motivation available to me. As far as Volkare's skill go, I'm sorry, not Volkare. As far as Krang's skills go, I can take Arcane Disguise. I want to turn influence 2. I can hold this turn to ignore all effects from the position on the reputation track. That's hilarious. Why have I never really taken appreciation for that? And then Master of Chaos, which is, yeah, I don't want to need, otherwise I'd be tempted to take Norwas's motivation. I'll take Master of Chaos. I need to roll a die. It's a black, so this, I put a shield on this. So if I move it, on the next turn I move it, I would get influence 2. And I think I have the option to move it every turn. If you don't have any time for you, okay, cool, that's fine. So basically, the next thing coming up is what you have an option to get. So if I moved it from where it starts on black, so the mana token symbols here don't matter. It just shows like that's just, again, it's a random roll where you start. So then once a turn, I'll be able to get a benefit from that. And that could be really useful. I get another one of Norwas's skills, and it is Norwas's influence skill, but not his super cool one, not his not his bonds of loyalty skill. This is the bright negotiation. Great. I have to get a Advanced action card. I don't really love these. I'm going to take Steady Tempo because it's amazing. And that's fine. And then I draw up to my hand limit, which is 5. Long Night triggers, so my D deck is empty. So I shuffle my D deck. I randomly put 3 cards back to constitute a new D deck. Alright, and we'll do that. And then I draw 2 more cards. There's now 1 remaining in my discard. Savage Harvesting. Interesting. Can load up on some crystals for sure. That's fine. Volkare's turn. It's white. He's going to move up again. So he's moved down twice, up twice, down twice, up once. We're going to re-roll this. It's black, so a lot of black mana in the source. I'm going to... Do I want to try to get a unit? Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to play Savage Harvesting for move 2. That's going to get me here. I'm going to discard Rage on the... No, I'm already almost loaded up with reds. I'll discard Steady Tempo on the way to get another... No, you know what? Yeah, I want more blues, especially with Ice Storm. That's fine. So I get a blue. I'm going to spend 2 more points of movement with Swiftness to get myself to Explore. That's going to go here. So we need another Orc. That is the other Orc Warbeast. And then we're going to, as my action for the turn, we're going to do Interaction. I'm going to use the Master of Chaos. That gives me Influence 2 because I shifted over to the white. I'm going to use Ruthless Coercion, which gives me Influence 2. I can reduce the cost of a unit by 2 this turn. Reputation -1. And then I'm going to use this Rage sideways. So that's Influence 5. The Reputation track gives me a -1. So I really have a 4. 4 is enough for me to get the Utham Crossbowman because of the Ruthless Coercion, which is good. And then I will... now, since I discard a Steady Tempo, notice I don't have the option to carry out its effects, so I can't like put it on top, bottom of my deck or top of my deck, which is fine. I'm just going to call end of round here anyway. I have given Volkare a lot of turns this round. I do lose a reputation because of Ruthless Coercion, but now I am the proud owner of Utham, and you know what? I might... depending on what that is, I might take out the trackers this turn. Because I'm probably going to want to go... I gotta figure out where I'm putting the city. Actually, if I come back this way, the trackers aren't going to help. It's only 3 fame. I'm probably going to go over here and put the city here. But there is... Oh, shoot, there's still one more. There's still one more quartile that's not the city. Fine. So I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 1, or if it's 5, but again, I only have 1 card. Volkare goes. Noble Manners. Man, he didn't get any of his moves this turn. You guys saw me shuffle. I put them in very carefully. He's going to move back up. So he went down twice, up twice, down twice, up twice. The dude is making a giant W across the known universe. I'm going to call it quits. And we're going to get ready for the second day. So yeah, a lot of turns will carry that turn, but I think I got a lot of good things done. So we'll see if that works out. The unit offer for next turn is Shock Troops, Northern Monks, and the Utham Crossbowmen. And then there's also Utham Swordsman. I'm going to flip the source. We get ourselves to the second day. Look at that bright sun shining over the hills. I get 2 golds and a black and a green. So the green stays. The rest of these need to be re-rolled, and I get myself a white, a red, and a black. Oh, I put these in here, which was wishful thinking. These are still indecisive. Great. I'm going to shuffle my D deck. We're going to get Shamanic Ritual back. Yeah, I'm probably not going to bother killing those trackers. I think I pillage the village and then head up around that Mage Tower, and we try to siege the city this day. I got rid of, I think I started with 4 wounds this round. I think I got rid of 2 of them. I did get 1 extra one because of the snowstorm, but was able to get rid of that pretty quick, so that was good. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is still 5. So wound, crystallize, steady tempo, stamina, ruthless coercion. And then I'm going to look at these beautiful cards. I'm going to say planning. It works for me. We're going to roll for Volkare. He rolls a 6, which is beautiful of him. I really appreciate his cooperation with the task at hand. So Krang is first. All right. What is happening? I'm going to pillage the village to get 2 more cards. Ding and ding. Ding and ding. All right, we're going to go a walking, I think. That's fine. Do I use Shamanic Ritual? What's going on? Yeah, I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a blue. I'm going to play the green from the source to power March. Use the blue to power Steady Tempo. So that gives me move 8. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can use 2 points of movement. It's going to be... It's hot. It's hot in that desert. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use 2 points of movement, so 6 and 7, to get this quartile out. I knew that was not the city. We get 2 more orcs. We have a forest space on the lab, so it's a forest labyrinth, and we have a deep mine with all the colors. More orcs. Orcs everywhere, man. That is a prowler, and we have ourselves, this bag is like empty. We have ourselves another ironclad, and then we have a keep, which will be face down, which is cool. So I can go through the forest. We can put the city up there. I'm gonna want to probably move the last 2 rows off here and move all of this down. This keep is face down. I have 1 more point of movement. I'm going to play this stamina for move 3, right? Because they're going into the forest. It's going to revoke an attack from the ironclads. I'm going to block. The ironclad is brutal and he's physical resistant. So I can block the ironclad with the Utham Guardsman. And then I'm going to use Master of Chaos to give me attack 2. And then I'm going to use the white die, the white crystal I have for attack 5, and I need attack 6 because remember this. I'll use crystallize. I'm not recruiting anyway, so I remember this. Oh, I can actually re-ready my guys. Interesting. Nah, we'll sign. So ruthless coercion. I'm going to get rid of that. And that's going to give me the attack, physical attack 6, which is inefficient, but is enough to kill this ironclad. So that's 4 fame. That gets me to 22. That's +1 in the reputation. And that's done. Now I have 2 cards left in my hand, including the wound, but the wounds do count for this. These all go away. I'm going to roll this. Now since I powered Steady Tempo, I can put this back on top of my deck. And then everything else goes away, and I draw up to my hand limit, which is 5, and then planning triggers, which gets me up to 6. So we have Steady Tempo, Shocker, Mana Draw, and Blood Rage. Cool. We're gonna do Volkare's turn. He gets a green, so we do re-roll this in the source. It's now black, and then he moves down because he's continuing his pattern of just zigging and whatnot. Now, as soon as we get the city on the board, he will beeline toward the city with any color. And one of the things that's unfortunate here is he hasn't pulled any reds. So reds, if he pulls them before the city's out, they're just like nothing. But once the city's out, they become movement cards for him. So that's a problem. He still has 3 spells in there too. So he's going to close this gap fairly quickly if we are not careful. I do wonder, Part of me is wondering if I just take on a dragon in this labyrinth, but I that's probably not worth it. That's probably not worth it. Oh, I forgot to shuffle. Yeah, I forgot to shuffle these at the end of the night. Bam, call to arms. Oh, that's so nice. That actually makes me want to do it. I have Blood Rage. I mean, it's not the most insane thing I've ever done. And we have Pathfinder. Let me ponder this. So I'm definitely thinking, because I'm not sure I want to put the city out right now. Well, Volkare's down here, which is going to make this a little weird. But let me get Master Chaos off. This is my Shamanic Ritual skill. I have not used him yet. All these can come off. Done. And we have a Atlantean triangle. Cool. Kind of feels a little bit less crowded now, which makes me happy. This is probably a bad idea. Remember, so I can choose one unit to come with me, so I would obviously choose a crossbowman. I know I can get myself 9. I can get myself 11. I can get myself 14 attack. I mean, the question is, what else is going on here? Yeah, I mean, if I get a spell, I mean, let's think about this. If I get a spell and an advanced action, that it really kind of gives me a lot of interesting options with how this could go, and it'll give me a lot of fame. And I haven't done a labyrinth on the channel yet, guys. So this is my opportunity. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna play steady tempo for move 2. I will not get rid of these, so I'm gonna power it with the blue from my inventory. Still have 1 left. I'm entering the labyrinth. I spent 4 points of movement, so we're attacking a random Draconum. What do we get? It's gonna be the Draconum Summoner. Oh, it's that guy. That's fine. So he's attacking me with a attack of 6. It's an ice attack. I mean, it's a fire attack. What's this guy called? He's a lava dragon. So he's doing a fire attack of a 6, but he has brutal. So that'd be 12 points of damage. So it's gonna be 4 wounds. There's nothing I can do about that, and I just need to get 8 on him. Great. So I take 4 wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to play Blood Rage. I'm going to power with the red from the source. I'm going to do this to give me 2 more attack. So that's 4, 6. And then I'll play Uton Crossbowman. And that's going to give me 8. Therefore, I didn't have to take a wound from Blood Rage, considering I just took 4 wounds from this guy. So he's dead. I get no reputation because it was in the labyrinth, but I do get 8 fame, so that gets me up to 30, which I level up again. And now I can take a spell and an advanced action in the labyrinth, which is pretty nice. So we're going to do this. I'm going to get myself an advanced action. I'll take Chilling Stare. And I'm going to take Call to Arms. And that's... Tremor is interesting too. I think Call to Arms is... The units can be really helpful with Volkare. And I'm going to have some elite units out there next turn. So that's next round. So I roll this. It is now green. This goes away. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is now 6. Obviously, I have so many wounds, it doesn't matter. Even with planning, my hand limit would still be 7. So, yeah, it just wasn't going to be... wasn't in the cards to draw any cards. Literally not in the cards. Volkare's going to go. He gets a double red. Good thing I didn't put that city out. So he's going to look two things around him. He doesn't move. He does re-roll a red in the source. Oh, there are no reds in the source. So that is fine. My turn. I'm going to rest. I'm going to drop Crystallize. And all of these wounds And then I'm gonna, well, I'll keep one wound because I still have tranquility, and that'll let me heal. And then I'm gonna get that card back anyway with planning. So I'm gonna drop the 6. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then planning triggers. That gives me 7. So I just rested. So that was, I can't do that skill because I didn't take an action, right? So I didn't take an action, but I also don't have an action to take when I'm resting. And then we go to Volkare. It's green. He's gonna move down again. Dude is crazy. I'm going to roll this now because that was white. It still stays green. Now again, like the labyrinth, once you enter one of the 3 sections, it's not like you can enter any of the others. Again, I'm really hesitant to put the city up, but I think I have to. I think I have to. A lot of cards left too, so I just got to start moving through some stuff. What? Chilling Stare is interesting. That's fine. I don't have a lot of good movement cards, which is part of my problem right here. I mean, one of the things I am thinking about is I could come over this way and kill the Prowler. Oh, the steady tempo. I powered out with 4. I forgot about that. Shoot.
Yeah. So the last card again. Steady tempo should have back in my deck. The last card I drew was Promise. So this should actually be in my hand, which could make a difference. So I have 7 cards in my hand. Steady tempo should have been back on my top of my deck, so I just put it back in my hand. I think, yeah, fine. I'm just gonna try to take out the Prowler now. I'm gonna use move 2 and then move. That's fine. Yeah, that's all the influence. I have a command token. Can I recruit something? I guess I could recruit the shock troops. I don't know. I'm gonna move 4. That gets me here. I gotta get rid of cards in my hand. So I'm gonna actually move 5. Now, let me do this. I'm gonna power. Yeah, this will do. So I'm gonna play mana draw to start. I'm gonna power the white from the source. That gets me. I'm gonna turn this black into a white. I'm gonna get 2 whites. No, turning that back into a blue. I can get 2 blues. I'm gonna use the 1 blue to power steady tempo. So that's move 4. We put that there, and then I'm gonna use the other blue to power Chilling Stare. So the Prowlers are not going to attack this turn. I'm attacking the Prowlers. Again, they're not attacking this turn because of Chilling Stare. And now I just need an attack of a 3. I'm going to play a concentration. I'm trying to blow through cards, so this makes the most sense. I'm going to play concentration to get a white mana token. And then I'm going to use that mana token to power Call to Arms. I'm going to use an ability of 1 unit and a unit all for this turn. As if it was my units, I'm going to use the Ultimate Source Wildman for the attack 3, which kills the Prowlers. I get a Reputation and 2 Fame. This doesn't flip because I'm not adjacent to it. This will all go away. I have 2 cards in my hand still, so Steady Tempo will go back on top of my deck. This goes here. This goes back without being re-rolled. I do roll that. And these all go away. So now I draw up to 6 plus 1 gives a planning. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 6 cards. Here is 7. Volkare's turn is red. He, again, glad I did not put the city out. He just looks around. He doesn't have anyone to attack, so he doesn't. My turn. I think I'm going to play Tranquility to heal 1. I'm going to play Steady Tempo for move 2. I'm going to play Promise sideways. Well, I play Amulet of Darkness to get a mana token. I'll get a blue. So I got move 4. Cool. So I go here. This flips. It is some thugs. That only gives me 2 fame, so it doesn't even level me up, so that's totally not worth it. I have 1 more point of movement from steady tempo, so I just move from this hills to this hills. I'm gonna play stamina for move. Well, I'll just play promise sideways. Oh, I already healed. Sorry, I don't know why I picked tranquility back up. I play promise. That gives me 1 more point of movement to put the city on board, so we're now in the 2nd level. Now this was open. Remember, I had a hole there. I moved 4 tiles from here, so this definitely was open. It's a really nice approach to the red city because I don't need to worry about the dragons that are there, but I can also have the opportunity to kill them for fame if I have a turn or 2 to kill before Volkare gets there. This Moronic, oh, it's a dragon summoner. We get ourselves a high dragon. And then we get ourselves the ruins. The ruins are going to be face up because it is day. This is going to be kill a monster enemy and a draconum enemy to get 2 artifacts. The red city, remember all physical attacks have brutal. Only physical attacks. And then it's going to be a level 4 because we're only playing at the daring level. And so we're going to get level 4 red city is a monster and 2 mage tower garrisons. So we'll get that monster. So we have really not added anything to Volkare, which is really weird. So monster, those are face down until we get adjacent, which I'm going to do this turn anyway. 2 mage towers. Great. So I have no points of movement left, but I'm going to play both of these cards to get. No, I haven't used a die from the source yet. I'll use this blue to get me move 4, which gets me here, which means I can reveal this garrison. We have ourselves a fire mage and another illusionist and a gargoyle. All right. I'm definitely going to want to get my ice attack to take care of them. I'm going to end my turn there. It's going to get me a red crystal because I'm on a red mine. And we're going to put steady tempo back on top of my deck. As an action of my turn, I'm going to re-ready Shamanic Ritual. And that will be good. We're going to re-roll this. It's green. All right, I'm drawing up to 6. That's 2, 3. You know, I don't want this on top of my D deck. I'm adjacent to a city. There's no point of that. So you do have the option to put it back there. 3, but you saw how useful that was. 4, 5, and 6. Okay. How do I feel about this array? Yeah, Tremor might have been a stronger play. I just like the idea of being able to get an elite unit for when I take on Volkare. But we'll see. So now the city's out, so obviously he's going to start going a little nutty because that is what he does. What can I block, I guess, is the real question. That illusionist is a wild card. The range attack, ice attack 5 is going to be nice because I can knock off that guy pretty easy. That physical attack is bad, but I should be able to block that as well. So Volkare's turn, it's a wound. He doesn't move. He does roll this. It's green, so the shock troops go away. And a keep enemy token is added to Volkare's Legion. All right, so that is the second keep added. Bing. My turn. I'm going to. So the Master Cast is going to give me a block. This should be a way. I can block that. 2 wounds. The illusionist. I can't get Blizzard obviously during the day, so I don't have the siege attack that I would really want. But let's go nuts. I mean, it's not that bad of a assortment of dudes. So I'm going to Savage Harvest. I'm going to enter the city. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a blue. I'm going to play Determination to block the gargoyle. So in the range or siege attack phase, I can't defeat anybody. They all have fortifications, and I don't have any siege attacks. So now we're going immediately to the block phase. I'm going to be able to... there's no way I'm going to block the fire mage, so that's going to be 2 wounds. It doesn't get brutal because it is not a physical attack. And then we're going to see what the illusionist is attacking me with, because I love these summoned enemies. What is it? Don't be awful. Don't be awful. It's another gargoyle. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So that would gain brutal. That's fine. So that's 10 points of damage. Oh wait, I can probably block that actually. Yeah, I can block that. So I'm going to use the Master of Chaos to get block 3 because I moved it onto the blue, and then I'll play my Rage for block 2. So I block this gargoyle. He just goes away. All right, now we're in the melee attack phase. I just added 2 wounds, and I'm going to play Snowstorm. Power it with this blue. That is a ranged ice attack 5, which is enough to defeat the gargoyle and nothing else. That's gross. And that's a physical attack 3. No, it's nuts. If I had one more card. There should be another Norwa skill out here, by the way. If I had one more card, I could actually make this work and kill both of the guys with brutal, with physical resistance. I wonder if I don't block that gargoyle. That might make more sense. Because the way it is now, that's just going to be... I mean, I almost feel like I'm taking wounds now or wounds later. No. Calling the round, I get Snowstorm back in my hand. It's kind of a whole different game, right? So, the unfortunate thing is I didn't even use any of my crystals, and now I'm going to be back on the crystal mine to get more red crystals that I can't use. So yeah, so here's my thing. So the ranged ice attack 5 is efficient. I can lump these together because they both have physical resistance. But the problem is, so that gets it down to basically 2. So I only need 4 more points of physical attack, and I can only get to 3 with swiftness. The real question, if I just take the... No, it's just too many wounds. I'm thinking about wounding the Utum Guardsman. I just think that's a mistake. So I just took the 2 wounds, but I managed to wipe out the gargoyles. That's fine. They're going to be the biggest pain for sure. I really wish I can get them both. So bad. Yeah, that's what that 1 wound in my hand before the turn started really kind of messed that up a little bit. So anyway, gargoyles are dead. That's going to give me 4 fame. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will level up again. These guys go back here. I go back to my red mine. These go here. I'm going to pick up all of this. I get my level up. So I'm going to look at the next 2 skills. They are... Ooh, thank you. Not even looking at the other one. It's my favorite one. It's of Krang's. It's really, really nice. It's Battle Frenzy, so it's attack 2 every turn, and then if I rest, then it becomes attack 4. So I get attack 2 every turn, or I can make it attack 4, but I have to flip it. But if I rest, I get that attack 4 back. All right, drawing out to my hand limit. Oh, I get my advanced action 2. None of these are healing cards. Movement. That's garbage. Yeah, these aren't really helpful. I'll just take Frostbridge for no real reason. Yeah, not great advanced action cards. All right, drawing up to my hand limit, which is 6. So there's 3 wounds in a card, 5, 6, and then planning gives me 7. I'm gonna put that away. Volkare's turn. It's a wound. He's in a roll. It is a blue, so we avoided disaster there. This is dead. And now I'm going to, on my turn, rest so we can get to the next round without having to worry about more of Volkare adding more minions to his army. So he's nice and far away. We're going to conquer this pretty quick, especially with the ritual attack or battle frenzy, whatever it's called. So yeah, I feel pretty good about where we're at this point. So I have a bunch of reds. Try to rebuild my crystal supply for sure. Alright, these go up. There should be another of Norwa's skills. This goes away. I'm going to replenish the unit offer. There will now be elite units. So the first one is going to be Amhotep Gunners. Second one is going to be Utum Swordsmen. Third one is the Autumn Guardians. And then finally we have the Herbalists. We're going to reset the source. It goes to night. White, blue, red. This goes away. This goes here. And then this goes away. This goes here. Cool. I'm going to draw up to 6. 1, 2. Oh, Snowstorm is so sick. 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want black mana. I just want to do a siege attack against these guys. So I'm going to get preparation, make sure I get the card I want. Amulet of Darkness. Where are you? That was the next card too. Oh, that's funny. Gain a mana token of any color. You can use black mana as a knight. That's fine. Cool. Oh, you know, if I had that, I might have had an opportunity to put that together with Snowstorm if I had thought about it, because I can use black mana as if it was night, but that's fine. So I'm going to roll for Volkare, see if he rolls a 6 again, to be nice to me as usual. He rolls a 1. That is the opposite of a 6. So he is first. He pulls a red. Now he does move shortest distance to the city. Red in the source is going to be rolled. It is now white. My turn. I'm going to move to... I'm going to discard this. Yeah, I'm probably not going to need this. I'm going to discard this Ruthless Coercion. And that's going to give me... So I'm going to... I can't take another red crystal. That's a mistake. I'll discard Chilling Stare and I'll take a blue. And then I'm going to move into the city. I lose a reputation. I'm going to play Snowstorm. I'm going to use the blue from the source. I take a wound because it says so. And then on Amulet of Darkness, get a mana token of any color. I'm going to take a black. So yeah, I took the wound because I'm powering this. I knew I was powering it with black. And now it gives me a siege attack 8. It is a siege ice attack 8. So that I can lump them together. One has fire resistance, the other one has physical resistance. Neither have ice resistance, so they are both dead resistance. I get 9 fame, so that gets me from 36 to 45. These can go down here. Volkare was first. And now I am the proud owner of the city, which only had 3 units on it. 1, 2, and 3. Cool. That's done. I'm going to re-roll this. I might actually be able to get another command token and recruit a couple of things, but I'd have to take out one of those dragons, which I'm not sure is the greatest idea I've ever had. I'm going to draw it to my hand limit, which is 6, and then I get +2 because I'm the owner of the city, so 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cool. Cool. Can I get black with Shamanic Ritual? Yes, I can. That will be lovely. I like it. So, Kair's turn. It's blue. He's going to move toward the city. He's going to roll a blue die. There are no blue die. My turn. I'm going to play Call to Arms. I'm going to get the white crystal. And then I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a black crystal. And I'm going to recruit this. Now this is not interaction. I can spend 12 influence to get a... that's Interesting. I can spend 12 influence to get an artifact. That might be something I want to think about doing. So anyway, so Call to Glory, recruit any one unit from the units offer for free. If you're at your command limit, you must suspend one of your units first. I'm not at my command limit. The nice thing is I avoid the red turning into an indecisive unit. And now I have some Altum Guardians. I really do want 3 more fame. Not sure if it's worth it though. So this goes away. I roll this. It's red. That was more special action actually. So I should see if I want to do anything else. I don't. I'm gonna drop. There's such a small chance of me getting an artifact. I'm gonna drop swiftness. I'm gonna drop stamina, and those go away. Now I'm gonna draw up to 8 again. 6, 7, and 8. Oh, and I didn't take an action this turn. Again, that wasn't an interaction. That's like a special effect. So actually I can ready Shamanic Ritual, and I will choose to advance the Master of Chaos and make it go on to the green thing. All right, Volkare, it's double blue. So 1, 2, there's no blue in the source. So now another spell, and all of a sudden this dude went from across here to all of a sudden in the city. So I do want to get ready to fight with him. I'm going to drop Ruthless Coercion. So I'm going to rest. I'm going to drop Ruthless Coercion and 3 wounds. I'm going to play Crystallize, power it with the white, get a white crystal to my inventory. It's a special effect, so you can do special effects even when you rest. And that is my turn. I'm going to roll this. It is now gold. And now I draw up to 8 cards. So Tranquility, Wound, Wound, Improvisation, and Mana Draw. 7 and 8. Volkare. Oh, he pulls another spell because he's the worst. So he doesn't roll the white sources or are none. So he moves once, he moves again, bam, he's in the city. Great, I am going to attend. So what do? I flip my turn oak token upside down. And now I'm fighting Volkare's Legion. Since I'm fighting his Legion, and again, he's not fortified because it's like I'm meeting him on the battlefield right outside the city. So he is now up to 1 dragon, which is a fire dragon. It has physical resistance. We got some diggers. We got some Altum Guardians. Altum Guardians and Altum Guardians Crime about to happen. We got a Cursed Hag. We have some heroes. And then we have our Utum Guardsmen. Great. So what are we doing? This guy... And then we have to roll for Volkare because he is also going to join this beautiful attack. Only he has arcane immunity, which is helpful. He rolls a black. It is attack of 3, assassin, brutal, and poison. So not poison, and paralyze. So that's not good. So he obviously needs to be blocked. What kind of range attack can I get? Not much. Give all my units all resistances this turn, which is interesting. I can get 1 range attack from that. I could get 3 range attack. Of course, the only one of the enemies here that has only an armor of 3 is the Orc, and that Orc is fortified because he has the fortified ability. So I get 3 range attack because of the Master of Chaos. The next thing I go on to would be one range attack. So look, I'm going to play Tranquility. The risk is high. I'm going to draw just a wound, but I think it's worth it. So I play I get mana draw. Let me do this. I'm going to play mana draw. I'm going to power at my white crystal, and then I'm going to I just want to take a white from that. Nah, this makes more sense. I'm going to take this gold, make it green. I'm going to take 2 green crystals, and I'm going to use 1 to power Tranquility, which is going to allow me to draw 2 more cards. The other one I'm going to almost guaranteed use on concentration. And the nice thing about fighting Volkare is I don't have to worry about spending the 2 movement to start this thing. So anyway, 2 more cards because of Tranquility. It's a wound and swiftness. Ooh, interesting. So I could get range attack 6. This is better. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to play Swiftness. I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a white. And then I'm going to use Master of Chaos, which gives me range attack 4, which kills the heroes. Sorry, heroes. You had it coming. Great. They're all super fortified. Things need to be blocked individually. So that worked out well. I still have concentration available to me. And remember, that's like I'm gonna want a wound open to me so I can take a wound for Blood Rage. So in reality, I can only take, my hand limit is 6, my unmodified hand limit is 6, so I can only take 4 wounds during this battle if I also want to use Blood Rage. So that's how these wounds work out, right? The Fire Dragon would be doing 3 wounds. Volkare is paralyzed, so he needs to be blocked. So that's just kind of a non-starter. I still have this improvisation garbage in my hand. That's attack 5, I guess. That's not the worst. And then I still have this. And I've already used this. I'm going to put that up there so I don't forget. Alright. So I know I'm going to have attack 11. I'm going to have attack 16 just from that. But it also means I'm not blocking anything else with my cards in my hand. So I'm going to use the Uther Crossbowman to block Volkare, so I don't have to worry about him. I'm just going to take that die off. I know I need to block that 3. Alright, that's 3 wounds from the dragon. That's 1 wound from the guardsman, 2 wounds from the Ultimate Guardians, 1 wound and a poison from the Cursed Hag, and 1 wound from the Digger. So if I sign the Cursed Hag, her wound and her poison to the crossbowman, that will work. I'm going to use a block 4 on... I'm going to use the guardsman's block 4 to block the diggers, and then I'm going to assign the guardian's wound, the ultimate guardian's wound, to him. So blocked, blocked, blocked. These are out. So I'm going to, that would just be the 4 wounds there. Let me get rid of these tokens so they don't keep confusing me. All right, and that's 4 wounds that I could just take to my hand, which isn't the worst idea, because then I could use this for attack 5 and this for attack 4, and that would be a total attack of 25, right? Because it would be 11 plus 5 is 16, plus that is 20, that's 25. So let me make sure I did this right. So I use the crossbowman, I use the guardsman to block the diggers, and then assign the wound from the Ultimate Guardians to the guardsman. I use the crossbowman to block Volkare, and then I assigned the wound and the poison to... Actually, I'll use the guardsman to block the Cursed Hags. That makes a little bit more sense. And then I use the swordsman to take a damage from the diggers, because again, I blocked the Cursed Hags. And that just leaves, and I killed the heroes ahead of time. I'm going to lose a reputation because of that, because no one likes when you kill a hero. And then I just have these 4 wounds, which I might as well take to my hand. Yeah, I would still be drawing a card, and as long as it's not a wound, I'd be fine. He only has 1 more spell in his deck too, but obviously we've gone through a lot. Nope, he has 0 more spells. He has 0 more spells in his deck, so he's definitely not attacking me next turn because he's going to back up, which is great. So let me see what 24 gets me and how I want to divvy this up. The 25 gets me, I mean. They're both physically resistant. This is going to be 14 to kill him. It's going to be 14 physical attack to kill him. So I definitely don't want to group them with anything else, because I don't want to give physical resistance to these guys. This is only 15 total. So I want to kill one of these 2 for sure. So if I have, how do I get to 14 the easiest way? So if I use this skill, so I'm going to take I take a one from Blood Rage. That's not great. 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be my 8th wound in my hand. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. Yeah, I can't take 8 wounds in my hand because then I'm going to be stuck. I had 3. I took 4. So let me use... improvisation just to block the guardsmen, because I need to be, I don't want to be in a place where I have to do a slow recovery. 5, 6, 7, that's fine. So I took 3 wounds from this dragon, and I took a 4th wound because of Blood Rage. Right? That just makes the most sense. So improvisation is now not going to factor into the damage. So that's 11, that's 15. I'm going to kill the Ultimate Guardians with that. And then with my attack of 5, I'm going to kill the witches. So now all I have is the dragon, the Ultimate Guardsmen, and the diggers. And I should be able to avoid a slow recovery. Hopefully. We'll see what I pull out of my deck. Now I lost a reputation because I killed the heroes. Heroes will come back here. This will come back here. This is flipped. I'm going to put everything in my discard pile. Volkare backs up a space because he just got beat up. As long as he loses, again, as long as he loses, I think it's twice the number of players. Yeah, as long as he loses at least once the number of players, that's fine. Cool. So these go back on Volkare's thing. These greens are out of play. This is out of play. We're gonna roll. It's red. And I do my end of turn sequence. I'm gonna get what am I getting? 13 fame, which gets me from 45 up to 58. No, I'm sorry. Math is hard. 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 3 is 18. Oh, 16. Math is really hard. So I actually get 3 more fame. It gives me 61. I really wish I leveled up, because then I would guarantee myself I would have a non-wound card on top of my deck. But we should be okay. I end the turn sequence now. I draw to my hand limit, which is 8, because I still get the bonus from the city. Steady tempo, great. Volkare's turn. It's a wound, so he's not going to move. Is he going to add more to his thing? No, he rolls a gold. Thank you very much. My turn, I am resting. Since I am resting, I'm going to discard my one card and any number of wounds, and then I get to ready this. Nope. All right, so I ready Battle Frenzy, and then I'm going to move this. You do any turn, even if I rest. Yep, cool. And that gets me back to the attack 2. So I'm drawing up to 8 because I still get the city bonus. I get another thing here too. Ooh, can I recruit something? Interesting. 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Volkare's turn. It's blue. He moves 1 closer. He rolls a blue die. There are none. My turn. I could, in theory, recruit. I think it's dangerous because I don't really have a good hand to go against Volkare. So I think it just makes more sense for me to call end of round and not give him another turn. Right? And then we'll go to the 3rd day, and I have a ton of wounds. It's going to be interesting, but I think relatively anticlimactic. It's a lot easier when you don't care about wounds. Like me, but again, the good thing is he only ended up getting 2 of those keep garrison units, so it's left his army relatively manageable throughout this this game. So this is now shuffled. And we will ready our units. Obviously, we have some injury issues. And we will ready our Ultimate Guardians, and I'm going to draw up to 8. So wound, 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 Ruthless Coercion, Amulet of Darkness lets me use black mana as if it was night. Wound, that's 5. Wound is 6. Call to Arms. And, ooh, I could actually just recruit with Amulet of Darkness and Call to Arms. Oh, and Snowstorm. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, shoot, Snowstorm is not my hand. Yeah, so I can just recruit with Amulet of Darkness and Call to Arms, which is pretty sick. So I have 5 wounds in my hand, which is great because I can just rest right off the bat. Not doing anything. I do need to refresh the rest of these units. Bam. These go away. I'm going to get myself 2 elite units. We have the Ultimate Mages. I can recruit them, which is sick. Savage Monks, Heroes, and we get ourselves some Foresters. Let me refresh the spell offer. It's 2 gold, a blue, and a green. My turn to pick a tactic. Oh, this has to cycle. There's a Swiftbolt. This is nice. And that's Diplomacy. We should get another one of Norwaz's skills. And this is here. That becomes Cure. We're picking day tactics. I want to go first. There's no point to not. So it's going to be me, then Volky. I'm going to rest. I'm going to drop Ruthless Coercion and all of this. Now I could still, in theory, use, this should refresh. I could still use special effects. You could use, so again, if I use Amulet of Darkness, it basically adds night rules to day, which is interesting. And I could recruit a unit and prevent badness, maybe. Sure, so I'm going to use Amulet of Darkness to get another black. If I'm taking him out, I probably want to break this and get 3 mana of any color, to be honest with you. But it might be worth to draw a whole new slate of 8 cards too. So many decisions. Ultimate Mages. I can make everything Siege. Cold Fire block 9. Oh, I can get Cold Fire block 9, which I could totally block that dude. Alright, maybe that makes sense. So I'm gonna get the Amulet of Darkness, I get a black. I'm gonna use the gold from here. So again, it just adds the dark rules. And since I can use black as if it was night, I can actually use Call to Glory now. Alright, so I'm going to use Call to Glory now. I'm going to get myself the Ultimate Mages. And again, that's a special effect. You can use all special cards, even though I am resting, which is pretty sick. So healing effects, special effects are fine. And that's my turn. This goes away. And the only downside of using Amulet of Darkness there is obviously I won't have it for Blizzard, but I have so many wounds, I think it just makes sense to give myself a max draw. Neither of these cards are very good attack cards, and the Ultimate Mages are freaking awesome. Oh, Snowstorm. Blizzard is there. Asking you shall receive. So Snowstorm, Rage, Promise, Rage. Yes, this was the right choice. Yes. 1, 2. This is awesome. Savage Harvesting, Blood Rage, and 2 wounds. That's great. Volkare, what are you doing? Volkare is moving in. He is going to roll the die into source because he's a big jerk. I am attending, so I'm going to flip my token. Come on down, you and your measly little army. He rolls. It's a red. It's fire attack 3 with brutal. What do I want to do here? Great. Let me see what the wound situation is. So this would be 2 wounds from Volkare because it's brutal, so it would be 6 points of attack, 6 points of damage. This is 3 wounds from our friend the Lava Dragon, 1 wound from here, and we have the Diggers. Now I do have Blood Rage in my hand again, so I really don't want to take 4 wounds. I can play... Yeah, the black mana, that's fine. So I'm gonna play a blue and I'm gonna play a red and a blue to make that a cold fire block. Just totally block this dude, and I'll take the other 4 wounds, and that way I can take a 5th wound because of Blood Rage, and it's not an issue, right? So I grab 4 wounds to my hand. Might as well take the 5th wound now because of Blood Rage. And now I'm going to play Snowstorm, power it with this blue from my sword, from my inventory, and then I'm going to use Battle Frenzy for the attack 4. So the Lava Dragon is physically resistant, so I need 14 physical points of damage unless I have Ice Attack. The Ice Attack is efficient, so that reduces his armor to 2 effectively, so I only need 4 points of physical attack, which Battle Frenzy gives me, and the Lava Dragon is super dead. I'm going to then, now I can lump these together. I just need 10 attack points. The Ultim Guardians give me 5. Whatever. Blood Rage, I'll take the wound, whatever. So that's 10. And now I'm sitting here with really 8, 10 more points of attack that I could do. I don't need them. So even if, obviously the wounds become more of an issue had he been able to recruit anymore. But it really, I was pretty in control. I was not playing the most efficient game. That is pretty wild that there are 4 wounds on the bottom. I definitely thought I shuffled fairly well. I mean, I kind of interspersed them in there, to make sure it was random. But sometimes shuffles come out like that. So he just didn't recruit much, and that's it. I mean, he got through 1, 2, 3, 7 of his 12 wounds. And he got through the most of his non-wound cards, which again does mean he was moving. Had he not been moving, I probably could have maybe set up a little more, maybe got some healing done. But it's cool. It's cool to see it play out, and in the thrilling scenario, you do kind of see the swinginess and how that could play out. Because if you recruit one of these units, well, now his rolls only 2/3 of the time, only 1/3 of the time is he going to add a unit. And if he only has 12 wounds, I guess he's really only going to be adding between 2 to 5 in a round in a solo game, which isn't as bad as in my head. I was like, that just feels insane how much you're really opening him up to just recruit units left and right. So good to play it out. Again, the first time I've ever played in these settings. Happy to do it on camera. Cool little game. Found it, it's not the most impressive of legions that you take out. That Snowstorm, again, Snowstorm and Fireball, I become more and more enamored with just getting them whenever I can. If I was going to do the fame thing here, I get 13 more fame. It gets me up to 74. My score would be garbage because I have 3,000 wounds, but I'm going to sleep well tonight. We're good. I'm not worried about that aspect of it. Let me shut this light off. Bam. But yeah, hopefully you let me know what you guys think about the new light for kind of illuminating my hand a little bit more. Always curious about questions, comments, epiphanies, any rules that you didn't know that you now learned, any rules that I got wrong, because I feel like the chances are 50-50 with some of y'all that either one of those things would happen. Always excited to edit one of my wins and kind of see what was going on and see how I even then might have redone something. Again, it was I felt in control. I definitely gambled a little bit with some things that probably wasn't the smartest idea. I really just wanted to attack that labyrinth for no great reason. But if you think about it, that Call to Glory is awesome. I mean, that Call to Glory is what got me both my Ultim Mages and my Ultim Guardians. Those are some really powerful units that to just get them as a special thing that's not considered interaction and not have to spend, that's the 23 influence that was saved more because my reputation track was garbage. So Amulet of Darkness is a nice little powerful card. I probably underutilized that, just remembering the fact that you can use black mana as if it were night, but I was able to use it the once in the Call to Glory situation. But between those 3 cards, really, Snowstorm, Amulet of Darkness, and Call to Arms, and then Blood Rage too. I mean, that's crazy, right? And then again, Krang's skills are just ridiculous. Like, these are the ones I keep gravitating to over and over when I play as Krang. I know a lot of people like Puppet Master, but Master of Chaos to me is just a super cool skill. It's not that hard to keep swinging this around to make it useful, and it just adds up. It gave me the 3 block when I needed it. It gave me the extra attack when I needed it. Even that 1 range attack allowed me to kill the heroes in the range and siege attack phase. the first showdown with Volkare. Probably wasn't super clear with the token because I realized after the second night that I had this still face down. So basically, again, when you flip your token over, you attend. Your next turn, all you can do is ready your token. So you don't do anything else, right? So and then Volkare goes, and then you can go. So again, I didn't do anything else. Volkare went, he moved one. I think he pulled a wound. I went, I rested, then he went closer, and then you kind of proceed with play as you go. So the fact that he backs up, you got to make sure that you're defeating at least one. I never lost my city walls, which was super nice, but it's a lot easier to be in that situation when you're only taking on that level 5, that level 4 city, as opposed to the 6 or the 10. The 10 in Legendary is pretty brutal because you're kind of beat up, and it's hard to be ready now to deal with Volkare, who tends to be breathing down your neck a wee bit more. But yeah, he still had a number of cards in his deck. Yeah, I'm curious at the tempo. The tempo of this never seems to go the way I would think. But who knows? I mean, I would think, well, with this many wounds, I guess it makes sense that we finished in the first day. The third day. If he still had this many wounds, I thought for a little bit there when I gave him so many turns in that first night, I thought we would get the frenzy. What happens with frenzy? He just always moves twice if he has no more cards in his deck, so that gets kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever won a game where he was at frenzy, but again, I haven't played with on the thrilling setting before, and I hope you agree, ladies and gentlemen, that it was quite thrilling. So we are going to be back. I'll probably get back to Volkare's return at some point, but looking forward to getting through some of the initial scenarios in the base game, like Mind's Liberation and the rest of them. I'm thinking that's going to be super fun. And then we will obviously be doing our solo conquest blitzes and our solo conquests, and just kind of keeping it going with some Mage Knight content in the world of solo playthroughs. If you want to see what's coming up on the channel, I do have a calendar on my Patreon page. Every month I put a public post so you can see what's coming up and mark your calendars accordingly. And in the meantime, happy gaming.